So the news reports are now saying that there are 80 different alien species that exist. You might want to strap in, gang. Let's get to it. You don't have to like the video. You do not have to subscribe unless you want to, of course. But first of all, let me show you this. So it's being reported that this was allegedly recorded today in, wait for it. Wait for it.
I mean, are those?
So you got two of these twats. And one of, yeah, so you heard the sister. Mom, get the camera! Get the camera, Mom! So it's been allegedly recorded today in New Jersey. Yeah, them drones, them alien twats, they back. Now, it could be an AI video, right? It could be, yeah, it's really tough to say if it's legit or not. But yeah, them twats be moving kind of different. Got that bozo sort of energy, right? I want to know your thoughts on it, but thank God it was not the mother-in-law ship. You definitely don't want that. Now, this news report is saying, or this news channel is saying, there are 80 different alien species that exist. Roll it.
Attention all ET, UFO, and UAP enthusiasts, and you naysayers out there. Time to open your mind, or to maybe have it blown, depending on your point of view.
Chief Transportation Correspondent, pilot, and host of the Queen City News Plus original program, We Are Not Alone, May-K Beeler is here to introduce us to an acclaimed alien expert who has compiled a field guide to out-of-this-world species you likely never knew existed.
Damn, she looking like one of those Nordics, right? I read the comments, and I see why the comment sections were saying, yo, she looks like one of those Nordic aliens.
Many apparently, May-K, hiding right here in plain sight on Earth, while others are only visible in photographs. May-K, what's going on? Are there aliens among us?
All right, this is fascinating. Greys, reptilians, hybrids, and Nordics. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but they are the subject of a best-selling book, The Extraterrestrial Species Almanac. Yeah, written by award-winning filmmaker, author, writer, and producer Craig Campobasso. Now, he's an expert in alien life. He's researched and documented over 82 ET species that he has discovered live
My bad, so not 80, 82?
in our universe. And he says many here on Earth. Some, he says, are even present in our everyday lives, with many working for the government. His documentary by the same name integrates authentic photos of ET entities.
I mean, I guess we can all perhaps, yeah, you know, there have been instances where you would see some men in black around, like the presidents, the politicians, and the government, that would look out of place, right? So yeah, are those the aliens or what?
State-of-the-art computer-generated imagery and art renderings, he says, portray beings that defy earthly norms. So I sat down with Craig for a conversation in my newest We Are Not Alone episode. Here's a preview, a snippet of what he describes an alien species he ran across in his investigations. Take a listen.
It doesn't look like really anything that we've seen before. Its legs ended where our knees are, and then it had this long torso, long neck, sort of oval shaped head, and it was wearing goggles, and it was holding a light source
instead of the bug eye.
¿Por qué? Like, ¿qué pasa? Why was he holding like a light? Bro, what? For an alien that's like thousands of years advanced, holding a flashlight, that's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? I thought you guys were able to develop something so you didn't need like external stuff. You could just, like, you know, laser everything like Superman and all that.
It had literally goggles on, like night vision goggles.
It had goggles. Yeah, they were.
Perhaps the eyesight was weak, right? I also need goggles sometimes, so.
They were like, not like our goggles, but they were goggles.
Okay.
It was sent through my friend to the government, and they said that they hadn't seen those beings since 1958.
I gotta show you this. Wait for
it. Here's something interesting. Some of the beings he's run across, he can feel an energy, hear a rustling, but can't see anything till he takes photographs, and they show up in the photographs. You got to listen to the episode for the full conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I've read the comments. She does look like one of those Nordic aliens. No disrespect, though. But yeah, if she's an actual Nordic alien, Well, she's making sure that she do not blow her cover, right? I want to also show you guys this clip here, and also this one that just released. And yeah, this is a crazy story, all right? Real quick though, I need to shout out the homie Sun Gazin for the $10, Miss Pixie for the $10 as well. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel with the tips, the super thanks, the liking the video, subscribing and all that. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, man. It means a lot. Alright, let's get back to the content here, boo. So apparently, yeah, before we get to this one, let me just play this clip here. So that's AJ from the Y-Files on Joe Rogan. Roll it.
Blue beam is supposed to get rid of religion, because what will happen, according to the legend, is the holograms will manifest as whatever deity is dominant in the area, whether it's Jesus or Buddha, whomever. And atheists will see different things. And people will just freak out. Nationalism will go away.
Atheists will see different things. Like, why?
Because, according to the legend, the
Surge, huh?
the array, or with the technology, will manipulate your mind. Again, HAARP has been accused of this, because you can manipulate someone's mind with electromagnetic frequencies, at the right frequencies. So they could just tell you to see something.
So, like, that specific?
That's specific.
Allegedly.
Now, I debunk a lot of it, because the story originally came from a Canadian journalist named Serge Manasse.
Okay, finally, right? At least we have, like, Canada. At least yeah, because everybody always says that, yeah, man, the aliens always come in the United States, man, the UFOs always... of course, it's a running joke. It's a worldwide situation, worldwide phenomenon. But, yeah, no, at least we have one of those so-called whistleblowers from Canada too, right? Serge Manasse, he was the big one, and he's the guy behind Project Blue Balls or Project Bluebeam.
Fascinating figure. He comes out with this theory that's bonkers, and then the Canadian government takes his kids away because they're homeschooled. He gets harassed by authorities. He gets hauled off to jail for spreading disinformation. Dies of a heart attack the next day.
Yeah.
So then, of course, that's just like, pew, that lights the fuse. So now it's like, what did he find? So, and he talked very publicly about all of this. So that's supposedly how it happens, is they manipulate our...
Yeah, it is crazy, and how many whistleblowers that have come forward and then shortly after died. You know, there was, I'm forgetting his name, and you guys know who I'm talking about, the guy who claimed to have fought aliens in underground. You know, the Greada Treaty, the guy that came, Phil Schneider, Phil Schneider, yeah, so Phil Schneider, yeah, he mysteriously died as well after talking about them aliens and all that. And this has been ongoing for decades, man. Come on, man, lay it down, lay the wood down. Pause.
Minds, they show us what we want to see, and then it's not like we won't resist authority. We'll beg for it. We'll just beg to take our freedom, take our rights, keep us safe.
Whoa. Because
That's,
something huge is happening and we need to consolidate.
I feel like that's what would happen.
That's a short version of Project Blue Balls or the Blue Beam. Now this one is kind of wild, right? Now they say anyone saved this before it got deleted. Check this out. So flight manual, it says CIA series
Blue Beam
aircraft.
is supposed to the story originally came...
Not now, AJ, not now, okay? And I also want to show you guys like this clip as well right after. Wait for it. So this one is insane. So it's been called CL957 Gen 2. It is the Tic Tac shaped UFO. My bad for that wrong sound effect earlier. So yeah, and it's being said that this was issued, or this document was issued back in 2003, revised on December the 5th, 2006. This is the same one that Commander Fravor saw in 2004. And this is what it says. I got the screenshot. Any good? The Tic Tac UFO leak. The Lockheed Martin CL957, nicknamed the Tic Tac, was created in the early 2000s as part of the secret project Orbit Lengths. This advanced transmedium vehicle designed for aerospace operations is presently being tested at Groom Lake and Dugway Proving Grounds, developed by Skunk Works for in-depth intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, the ISR, also known as ISR, and quick reaction tasks, the CL957. Incorporates groundbreaking, and I know what you're thinking, so it's not the alien, it's made by us, this, that, the other. I'm gonna get to it, but just let me finish. Incorporates groundbreaking propulsion technology that uses inertial mass reduction and directed gravity manipulation. This enables quite extreme G performance in atmospheric, orbital, and underwater environments. Its smooth, seamless body is made from a flexible metamaterial outer layer that offers complete stealth across all wavelengths. Adjustable surface, shaping, and integrated energy field management. By 2004, the initial version of this system began limited operational deployment under a special access program. Yeah, holy crap. Holy shit. Now, in recent weeks, and for the last couple of weeks and last few years, some whistleblowers have come forward and said that, you know, that tic-tac shaped UFO that Commander Fravor chased in 2004. Commander Fravor also went over on Joe Rogan, multiple news reports, and we heard about this so-called tic-tac shaped UFO. We heard that it was a real UFO, right? But some whistleblowers, and recently, Australian news anchor Ross Coulthard, right, from News Nation came forward, and he also claimed to have heard from his sources that this was made by Lockheed Martin and it's ours. It's man-made. And that started like a debate in the community, right? A lot of people believe it, a lot of people don't believe it, and it's like, and a lot of people are like, I don't know what to believe anymore if you're, yeah, because at first you said it's a real alien UFO, or supposedly a real alien UFO, and now you say that it's made by us. What is true, what is not? Another thing, another factor to consider here is it talks about that this offers complete stealth. Now, according to Commander Fravor, the Navy did see this thing, or a blip on the radar. So if this report is true, it shouldn't be a blip on the radar, right? Like, they shouldn't have seen it. So there is a little bit of conflict. We're getting conflicting reports. What is true, what is not true anymore, guys? It's very, very hard to say. I want to know your thoughts now. Check this one out. Roll it.
On July 27, 2025, Adam and Ryan from Paranormal Essex visited a historic World War I fort in Essex to film some daytime footage.
Yeah. Oh.
The site is said to be haunted by the spirit of a soldier, rumored to guard the fort from a darker presence. While setting up, Adam hid behind a wall to prank Ryan. The sound of crunching leaves echoed through the tunnel. Then came a second set of footsteps.
Oh man, it might be a bozo down there, or a junkie. Holy shit, I thought that was Ryan walking toward me. I was trying to scare him. Did I just catch footsteps of a ghost on camera? Tell me what you think.
Hooray! Where'd he go? What? Ryan? Ryan?
Ryan?
No way!
He's on the other side, huh?
Where was you?
Yeah, doobie in mouth, camera in hands. Perfect.
Wait.
They stopped right beside him, but no one was there. Later, he spotted Ryan far off in the distance, nowhere near the entrance. With all these dry leaves underfoot, it was impossible for anyone to have run off without making a sound. They couldn't help but wonder, could this really be the soldier spirit?
Yeah, suspect indeed. Suspect indeed.
A man went exploring an abandoned train station on a cold evening. He snapped some photos of the long-forgotten tracks, now overgrown with weeds. But later, while checking his shots, he spotted a lone figure that didn't belong. He hadn't seen anyone while taking the photo, and can't recall
this looks so like 1900s.
Anything it could have been. Is it a ghost or just an illusion?
Yeah.
On August 5th, 2025, Andrew Clifton was walking his dog in Malvern Hills, Western England, filming in slow motion on his phone.
Ready. Steady. Ooh.
Oh crap, okay, so what is supposed to happen? Whoa, shit! What?
Later, while reviewing the footage, he noticed a strange object flying through the frame.
UFO?
It moved too fast to identify.
Yo, that looks what? It looks like a dildo, bro. Pause. What the hell?
and its height and flight path made conventional explanations like arrows seem unlikely. Its origin remains unknown. Nobody can explain.
Yeah, I mean, it does not look like a
An
sword,
Instagram
but
user shared dashcam footage recorded
warning.
around 2 a.m. on July 25th, 2024. It shows a car speeding along a dark, empty highway when an animal suddenly darts across the road.
Is that
The
a
driver
skunk?
slows down
Cat?
and then sees what was behind this animal. He believed the
Holy-
creature had appeared to warn him of danger ahead.
Oh my god, bro. Yeah, you couldn't see that shit. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Even calling it a guardian angel in disguise. Because if it wasn't for the
Damn,
animal, he would have driven straight into the hole. Some people think it's AI, but the truth remains up for debate.
Yeah, nowadays it's like, bro, yeah, nobody want to believe anything anymore, right? It's AI. It's just AI. It's just AI.
What do you think?
Now, if real, oh my goodness, yeah, no.
A
what
Wisconsin climate journalist went missing
What a
while
save.
hiking alone in Norway's Folgefonna National Park. Alec Loons, an experienced hiker, had fallen from a cliff and broken his femur. When he missed his flight home, his wife reported him missing. For 6 days, storms delayed rescue efforts. Then, finally, a helicopter crew spotted a small red dot in the wilderness. It was Alec.
Thanks be to God. I can't believe it. We both can't believe it. We were, I mean, after so many days, so many nights, no news, a bad storm, we were really bad. It was a nightmare.
We thought he was dead.
Against all odds,
crap,
rescuers
so the phone-
reached him alive after nearly a week, stranded on the cliff.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh no, thank God.
A Reddit user wandered down a secluded path and stumbled upon what looked disturbingly like a body. There was no smell, but the shape was uncanny. Terrified, he got closer, and to his relief, it turned out to be an abandoned homeless camp. Yet it was nothing like a typical one. The spot was filled only with children's blankets and stuffed animals, with one blanket wrapped tightly around several toys. Then he noticed a truck nearby, and suddenly the placement felt too deliberate to be random.
Yeah.
Even after confirming it wasn't a body, the eerie scene still left him deeply uncomfortable.
So somebody was definitely there, right? Like either a family or, or something worse happened.
At a wedding in an old Norwegian farm, once home to children's author M. Munthe, a guest captured a strange photo. No one at the event wore black, yet in the image, a dark, blurred figure stood there.
Just the
The
legs?
spot was supposedly empty when the picture was taken. Even the professional photographer couldn't explain it. There was no sign of a camera fault.
Yeah, that looks like, yeah, 2 legs, right? Got the main spreading going on, right? That would be the arm, I guess. Yeah, and there should be the head, but there isn't. Or, yeah, it feels like the legs of a full-grown man or woman. So it should be like this tall, like almost as the same height as these 2 chicks.
And they'd
Let's
never
cut off
seen
here.
anything like it before. Who was this mystery guest?
Yeah, we need Detective Dokes on this one. Yeah, we need Dokes.
A man was camping deep in a remote forest when strange noises woke him up in the middle of the night.
Love it. I love it when strange noises. I love it when strange noises wake him up. Cut it off.
At first
Knock
he
it
thought
off.
it was just an animal passing by. But then the noise grew louder, closer, echoing through the darkness. With no moonlight and no one around for miles, the realization sank in. He was completely alone.
Yeah.
He
Oh no. And yeah, I wonder, right? Like, you got the flashlight on, so whatever is at a distance can see you and locate you, right? That's, I don't know, man. But I get it. Like, without the lights, you're probably not gonna be able to see anything. So you're trying to see what's going on. But doing that, you're kind of alerting. But if it's an animal, I guess the animal you can scare away an animal like that. I don't know, man. Could be wrong. Any experts in the chat? Let me know, man. Can a bright light like that scare off some animals? Perhaps.
Stayed inside and made it safely to the next morning, though he didn't get much sleep. What exactly was out there is still a mystery.
Suspect. I guess he made it though.
A
So
hiker in remote
I guess he made it. Okay, so the title is Russian Bigfoot. Russian Bigfoot. Okay, let's catch it, man. It might be a teddy bear.
Russia spotted a huge, dark, hairy creature in the snow.
That's a teddy
He
bear.
took 5 photos. First of it sitting, then moving quickly into the brush.
Oh, man.
The last image showed most of its 9-foot frame and a face.
It blends in so well, bro. It's yeah, it's ridiculous. Here, okay, you can make it out, but dang, it blends in.
The sighting matches descriptions of the Almas, Russia's version of Bigfoot, long reported in the Caucasus Mountains and Siberia. Is it real or just another hoax? No one knows for sure.
Looks like a teddy bear.
A man was working in the remote wilderness when this happened.
Oh. Oh, dang. Oh, it can climb?
A split-second decision saved him from what could have been a fatal encounter.
Yeah, they started throwing rocks at it, huh? And missing all the way through.
This TikTok user shared a haunting encounter. Outside his home, a child wearing a long furry skirt, a heavy jacket, and an animal mask stood completely still. No movement, no words, no explanation. It happened more than once. Always the same eerie silence.
Yeah, especially
One
the
day
face
he
mask on.
finally gathered the courage to approach, filming the entire time.
Oh, crap. Okay, so what happened? You're gonna start running at him?
Hello?
Yeah, oh man, he's gonna start running, bro. Like,
Dude, seriously, hello? Do your parents know you're out here?
hola. Tranquilo, tranquilo.
Hello?
Papi. Tranquilo, papi. Tranquilo, papi chulo.
The child didn't flinch, didn't speak, didn't move. To this day, no one knows who they were or why they kept coming back.
Perhaps want candy.
Out in a quiet mountain valley, a hiker claimed to have found a rare bull
Circle horn?
with horns shaped like a perfect circle over its head.
Oh man. Yeah, brother's gonna play basketball, bro. Don't be playing
Some
basketball.
say it's just a strange genetic quirk, while others believe it could be something more. A sacred guardian from old legends watching over the land.
Ooh.
But honestly, it's probably AI, isn't it?
Yeah, nowadays if you cannot explain anything or something, it's the AI. That's where we're headed by the looks of it, right? But technically you can like play basketball, right? And all that. Crazy, man. Check this out. Shout out to the homie. That is impossible. Roll it.
On June 26th, something really bizarre took place in the city of Pembroke, Massachusetts. Moments before the sunset, a huge and silent object swooshes over the town. Something that at first looks like a helicopter or a plane, but isn't.
We never really got an update to the story, and this one was big, right? This one was picked up by a local news channel as well. So you probably remember that, right? If you've seen it. If not, well, yeah, you're getting the short version. So somebody, I guess she recorded it, and then a news channel followed up with her, and she done an interview, and the video was shared, which we saw. That was just one version. I believe there was another one too, right? Let's find out.
Lee McCormack, who was at her backyard enjoying the sunset,
but no update after that,
captured it on camera, and moments after posting it to social media, it was aired on television. What is this thing? Is it one of those New Jersey drones, and are they back? Not even a day goes by and people all across the United States start hearing what at first sounds like fireworks.
What are these loud booms happening in New York City right now? It ain't no fireworks. What is it? Somebody let me know.
Yeah, loud booms, but no storm or thunder.
The same weird sounds that were in New York are now in Dallas, Texas.
Weird loud noises, 6:27:25, 9:54 p.m. Central Kentucky. So June 27.
It wasn't just in New York City. People.
Is it like the underground thing? If so, you ever heard of the Greada Treaty? We did a video on that, right? I'll link you towards the end. So every time I hear something like that or hear about that, my mind directly goes towards that Greada Treaty and the underground shit ever since I've seen that video and made that video, right? Which I'll link you at the end if you have not seen it.
People all across the country started hearing these mysterious booming sounds.
Who else in Atlanta is witnessing this right now?
It was something that was creeping loads of people out because it sounded like fireworks, but there was something eerie about it.
That's
Listen very closely.
There, but
listen very closely. The closest fireworks to us tonight are 19 miles away. So there were supposedly fireworks then, but 19 miles away. This is insane. Are you hearing loud booms in your city? The dogs are going crazy. Okay, that's kind of suspect.
get the f out of here. There ain't no firework.
Yeah, that ain't no fireworks.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we demand answers. We demand answers.
What? We don't live in Vegas. That's not.
Here's the thing, right, guys? Like, there's gotta be more to this bullshit. You know? Are we? Just think about this for a second. Are we just here to yell, "We demand answers"? And are we just here to pay taxes? I believe we're here to do more. I believe there's more to this life, man. We're not just here to, yeah, we demand answers, and we don't get any answers. We demand answers, but they're never gonna give us any answers, or they're not giving us answer, and they're never gonna give us the answers. And is life just about paying taxes and just dying one day? Nah, man, there's gotta be more to that shit, man. There's gotta be more to that crap. Come on, man, give us the answers, bruh. Yeah, let them aliens out. For how long you're gonna say, like, we're alone, this, that, the other? Yeah, everybody's believing it at this point. Just let it out, bro. Just let us know, bro. Bring it on. Bring on the aliens DLC. Nobody cares, man. We got bigger things to worry about. The gas prices, the food prices, milk prices going up, okay? Clean water, finding clean water. Electricity bill, rent, mortgage, okay? Dollar not worth the same no more. We got bigger issues to worry about. Just bring them aliens in, you know? Bring them aliens on. Come on, man.
Whatever this is, it always sounds like it's close by, but we never get to see any fireworks. And in some cases, a droning sound can be heard in the background. But in one specific video recorded on June 28th in Atlanta,
I guess people let their drones out, right? Whenever they see or feel something strange, they let their drones out to, I guess, record and see what's going on.
we can hear how it doesn't sound anything like fireworks. It actually sounds like something else. And this is where things take a really strange turn. Check this out.
Because it sounds like something is swooshing through the sky, like, and then you hear the boom, 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 boom. And it doesn't sound like fireworks, because when fireworks swoosh through the sky, it's more of a like that. But
yeah. She right.
y'all hear this?
Whatever was going on in the sky, this is
Yeah, at first it was the plane, right? I was like, okay, plane, but then it's like, pow, son.
definitely not fireworks, and Koju was lucky, or maybe unlucky enough, to actually capture this phenomena on camera.
Yeah. Oh, dang. Gotta be them aliens, man. What if that's like the Space Force fighting in the skies, though? You know, what if the aliens are beefing in the skies? Or is it underground? Greada Treaty? Y'all.
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 Y'all, what the f? What the f? What the f is this? This sounds like a war happening.
Completely creeped out, Koju and many others started coming up with different theories to what these mysterious booming sounds could be. Most people suggested that this was some sort of alien-like Star Wars that could be happening somewhere in this.
This is my first time watching this live. Holy shit, what are the odds? Oh shit, oh shit. No, this is my first time. Yeah, I make sure like I got like videos lined up and all that. I research and all that, but no, this clip I'm seeing it for the first time. Shit. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're all thinking the same. You know what I mean? Or are we being conditioned to think the same? You know, two different things. We're thinking the same, or are we being conditioned to think the same? But I mean, that is impossible. He's also a conspiracy channel, right? So he does the UFO stuff too. So yeah, I guess that's fair to assume that too.
Sky.
What? These are drones, right? Lights?
Others stated that this is possibly a skyquake, an unexplained phenomenon that happens from time to time.
No apparent
And the
cause.
most plausible explanation that maybe this is a military readiness drill that's happening somewhere nearby. However, Koju and many others stated that they don't live nearby any military bases, so if that's...
Or any non-military location, right? What about them secret ones? Perhaps there is a secret one nearby.
Not it. What's going on? Doing a quick search, I quickly found out that this wasn't the only strange or unexplained thing happening that month. On June 21st, a family was recording the beautiful scenery somewhere in Caples Lake in California when all of a sudden this happens.
That is so weird.
Caught something weird the day Lake Tahoe turned into the ocean. What? Because of the waves?
Did you see that?
No, I did not.
Every time she would try to rest her phone on a rock to record the lake, her phone would vibrate and emit a strange buzzing sound.
Oh.
Something that normally phones don't do. Now, being that this is a brand new iPhone 16, this is most likely not a problem with the camera stabilizer. Strange, isn't it?
Baffling as well. Baffling indeed.
But here's where things get even stranger. That same afternoon, just a few miles away in Lake Tahoe, an unusual phenomenon took place.
Oh.
Something so unusual that it took over all media outlets that night.
Terrifying new video shows 10 feet waves after freak storm shook Lake Tahoe. Oh no!
A freak storm causes chaos on the usually tranquil Lake Tahoe.
In a matter of minutes, and like something out of a sci-fi movie, Lake Tahoe's weather changes from sunny to this.
Was it like the same time as she captured? Was it at the same day, or a couple of minutes later, or these two stories are different days at different days?
Pretty dangerous in a matter of moments.
In the midst of the chaos, it snows in June.
Snowing. It's snowing.
It didn't take long before people were trying to connect these mysterious phenomena that all happened that same week. The frequency glitch in Caples Lake, and just a few miles away in Lake Tahoe, the freak weather.
Same
then,
time,
a few days later, a drone-like object swooshes by, and people all over the US start hearing booming sounds in the sky. It could just be a huge coincidence, and it probably is. But most people on the
suspect. Sounds like the Space Wars.
internet didn't think so. They think that this could be some sort of alien-like Star Wars that's going on, and we just can't see it with the naked eye.
Alright, Joe, look at this.
For a week yesterday, and unfortunately that rain does stick with us.
That's a bird.
As we head into the afternoon. This is our look over
That's a
Pensacola
bird?
Beach on our generator, guys. Camera we have open.
That's a bird.
Right there in
The f is that? What the f is that? What is that?
But I'm not too sure. What I do know, however, is that back in January...
And that happened live on news, right? Oh my god. So you cannot say AI on this one, right? Finally, I guess, some legit stuff. I guess. Okay, assuming that. Allegedly. So two of those mother truckers. Voldemort, is that you? Is that the Dementors? Dementors from Harry Potter.
January this year, people also heard the same booming sounds in the sky while the drones and orbs were still flying all over North Carolina.
What?
North Charlotte, NYC. Okay, let me reload this. North of Charlotte, NC, after midnight, over 100 sky explosions. Police called by over 20 people within a 5-mile radius. What is this? Police have no clue, and this happened January 10, 2025.
What in the world? That was 30 seconds of like.
So it might just be that whatever these booming sounds are, they might actually be related to these drones and orbs. Could it be that these booming sounds are actually originating from some sort of Star Wars in the sky? Or is this all just a massive coincidence? And what about the frequency glitch? Is it connected somehow or not? What's your take?
Suspect indeed. Suspect indeed. Oh.
Moving to a new apartment is usually exciting and full of promise. And there's usually high hopes that everything will be even better than the last place. But sometimes moving to a new apartment is nothing but bad luck.
Uh-oh.
And this is exactly what's going on with Janet since she moved in March this year.
Girl, it's been almost a month since you posted. You good? Okay. All good.
In her first videos, you can see her cheering with her friends and enjoying her time. But this changes quickly after a strange old man breaks in during one of her TikTok videos.
What? Move aside, I got you.
Please get out of my apartment. Please get out of my apartment. Please get out of my apartment.
Completely freaked out, the next day, she
Hey, just wanted to come on here real quick and give an update. I'm okay. The police already came by and checked out the apartment, and from what they saw, everything looks alright. I've reached out to some friends and family, and they've been super supportive, which means a lot right now. Okay.
Uploads an update on the situation, and she explains how she is pretty scared, but she can't move out because she's still in the process of paying deposits.
I'm still trying to process everything. I actually wrote all this down first because I couldn't even think straight. My mind's just been racing, and it's hard to even explain how I feel. There's fear, confusion, frustration, just everything at once.
That sort of stuff. So she stays there and hopes for the better.
I am hoping that there's a pool here.
Bruh.
A few days go.
A woman doing the most woman thing imaginable. Man, damn. I mean, okay, I get it. But the first part was normal reaction, right? Yeah, you're doing whatever you're doing, and then a stranger breaks into your house, right? Holy shit. Okay, yeah. But but moments later, guys, I just found a pool. Let's go. Yeah, man. Woman doing the most woman thing ever, man. Damn, man.
Go by and she starts uploading normal videos once again.
Okay.
Until this happens.
Sorry, but what did I just record? Somebody would be behind him, or... Oh, man. The cat? Something wrong with the cat, or... Oh, crap! But why was she recording that normal moment? That don't make sense. I mean, why was she recording her being with her cat? Like, okay, that... I mean, that felt super normal, right? Like something that you do normally, so you didn't need to record that. But okay, that one is suspicious. And then all of a sudden we have a knock. Oh shit, something will move, or... Footsteps, huh? Grab my pepper spray. Oh crap. What the hell? What? Some sort of shadow? Was it a shadow?
Did you see that?
Very
At a specific
light.
moment in the video, she realizes that she's not all alone. There's someone or something sitting next to her, and you can actually see the indents in her video.
Okay, I was paying attention there, like, but yeah, alright, that's crazy. Okay, I didn't pay attention
Or
there.
something sitting next to her, and you can actually see the indents in her video.
Holy. Nah, that's wild. Yeah, yo, you should have pepper sprayed it and yeah, right, tested it out to see if the pepper spray would land on the bed or would stick to whatever allegedly was sitting there. Right? Yo, that's crazy, right?
Creepy, isn't it? But it would explain most of the bad look and why her door opened by itself when she saw that strange old man.
Yeah.
And why some things keep moving by themselves. Some even suggest that her apartment was hexed or used for dark magic at some point, and that the strange old man was actually a ghost and not someone breaking in. But I'm not too sure.
Damn, bro. Yeah, looks like yeah, so that's probably a couple frames back. You see the clearest. Come on, come on. Yeah, I guess this is the best we're gonna have here. So this was the man. Dang, bro. Men doing the men. Nah, man, most men don't do that crap, man. But yeah, damn. Men doing the men thing ever, bro. Men being men, bro. Nah, most men don't do that, but okay.
Maybe it was all just a prank for views, or maybe it was the real deal. I'll leave it up to you.
What suspect is that? What suspect to me was that she was recording the cat, right? Or her mingling with the cat. That was a little suspect, though.
In the following video, a man
Shout out to Bizarre Bob.
named Nick is taking care of his sick grandmother when one night he sees this.
Okay, so she's standing, huh? Keep watching, it gets worse.
Now it's important to note that Nick's grandma has Alzheimer's, which often causes her to stand around and see things that don't appear to be there. But as she stands there, something happens that Nick can't explain. While taking this video, this is captured. Take a look.
Oh. Is she gonna like turn her head and look at him and run towards him? Uh-oh. Oh man. Hey, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Eee! Is that the dog breathing heavy? Yo, what's that?
It's just a Roomba. You're freaking me out.
Yeah. Oh man. Is that the vacuum thing? Vacuum device? Ah man, just a vacuum device, bro. It's alright, it's alright.
What is it?
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa.
Apparently, something that was on top of the fridge had fallen over. It falls all of a sudden, which Nick says is made creepier by the fact that his grandmother's dog was growling. But this incident gets a whole lot strange when Nick shows what exactly fell from the fridge. Take a look.
Oh dang. What fell? My husband has early onset Alzheimer, and some stuff is scary. So he was mentioning that grandma had dementia, right? And she was seeing things. Now, I'm not an expert, not a doctor. If any doctors watching, let us know. But when you have dementia, you seem to forget things, not necessarily see things, right? So that is suspect. What if she was actually seeing some real stuff for real, and just because she has dementia, nobody wanna believe, you know?
So this is in response to last night. My grandma loves to collect little figurines. One of my grandma's little angels fell off the fridge last night.
Oh snap, okay, I see.
See how far back they are.
Yeah, shouldn't be happening.
If the mini statue was sitting far back on the fridge, then just how exactly did it tip over? Nick has no clue, but after watching this clip many times, he notices something pretty freaky.
Honestly, I'm a bit in disbelief.
Yeah, vacuum.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just a plug-in charger. I brought my girlfriend Claire here so she can help demonstrate. But can you try to step in front of that? And so it just does that. Move away. So that comment says that the Roomba doesn't do that unless someone's in front of it. My question is, like, he's kind of creepy with a smiley face and everything. Even when it gets to the edge, it does that.
Now looking back at Nick's video, one can see that the Roomba does the same back and forth motion as if someone were standing in front of it. But the question is, just what exactly was in its way? To Nick, the Roomba might have been sensing something. Now this is where things start to get pretty creepy, because ever since then, Nick has been feeling immensely uneased by the kitchen space. Considering that his grandmother has no other TV in the house except here, he has no choice but to watch near the kitchen. But one night, while watching alone, this happens.
Uh-oh.
So, I was watching my show.
Yeah.
And after last night, I'm definitely not leaving these lights on. But I was watching my show.
Uh-huh.
And
the dog again growling, huh? Just alerted by something or someone.
There's nothing there.
Yo, I wonder what the dogs are seeing, right? I wonder what the animals are seeing at times whenever they act sussy like that.
There's no Roomba in sight to explain the dogs' behavior. Both dogs are staring at something, even though nothing is there. And it's the fact that they're looking at the kitchen that makes this even more unsettling. Now it's worth noting that Nick's grandpa, who passed away last year, had once told Nick that he thought he'd seen his grandmother standing in the kitchen one night with the lights off. But apparently he was wrong, because after looking closely, no one was there. It's for this reason, among others, that Nick is scared of the kitchen. But this wouldn't be the final reason, because on the same night he recorded this, the following happens.
I'm getting
after
goosebumps,
putting away
man.
the dogs, he immediately films again after being startled by the ice maker, which was going off at this time. But as he records, this happens. Watch.
The ice maker turned on and it scared me. I thought I saw my grandma standing there. Oh crap. I see nothing, and there we go. That little cheeky bastard. The vacuum cleaner comes out.
Whoa.
The Roomba actually scared me coming out of the dark like that, lol. Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I spotted too. I don't see anybody standing there, but... yeah, that cheeky bastard. You might want to throw that Roomba. Is that what it's called? I wonder if it will fall or probably not. Especially that smiley face on it, man. Yeah, guys, gotta cut that off. Oh, it did fall. What? It was not supposed to do that, huh? Oh, you wanna get back up, huh? Oh, not at all. Oh crap! It's following him. Nah, stay psych, bro.
Yo.
Stay psych. Hey. I gotta reload. Nah, man.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, no, suspect indeed. It just keeps on following him. Bruh, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Yeah, what if you shut the door? Is it coming? No, it's not coming. It's not coming. It's alright, it's alright. Oh no, it's coming. Oh shit! Oh shit! What the hell? Almost as though somebody like took it and flipped it, right?
Somehow, after just following Nick around the living room, the Roomba flips over. Despite there being nothing in its path, it does a complete 180 as if someone or something had forcefully turned it over.
Yeah.
Freaked out, Nick stops recording and immediately shares the video online after posting the previous one. And like before, many
I got a YouTube video to post. I'm outie. I'm gonna post it. No, that one. Okay, the last, this one. Oh shit. We viewed almost 8 minutes of this video. Almost 8 minutes. What the hell? This was good. This was good, man. This had me on my toes, bro. This the anticipation was really good, and the build-up also. The climax, honestly, I know this is like nothing too crazy based in comparison to like the videos that you see on the internet, right, where like people are seeing figures, this, that, the other, right? It's not nothing like that. It's not on that level. But what happened here is yeah, like dogs growling, the grandma situation, and the thing that's following him, and then doing that flipperoonie. It's suspect. I would say this is probably one of the legit case, because it's not like too good to be true, kind of, right? It's suspect, but it's not like too out there. It's not millions of ghosts are appearing, none of that. But
many comments point out things that he didn't notice initially. For one, the Roomba was already acting strange earlier. Unlike before, the mini Hoover was moving in a straight path, which is uncommon for vacuums of this kind to do. And second, it didn't pause and turn around when it sensed the stair's edge. Earlier, we can see the Roomba doing just that, but here, it doesn't. If what occurred before hadn't disturbed Nick, then surely this incident has. Not much else has happened since then, but for now, like most videos, this one remains a mystery.
Definitely. Nah, I would say that was a good one, actually. Shout out to the homie That Is Impossible and Josh for filming this one. Roll it.
They're not moving. They're staying stationary.
Yeah, Mom, get the camera!
Whatever these things were, it was the first time ever that massive sightings were reported all over the world at the same time.
That gotta be fake, bro. There is no way. Mom, get the camera right now! Get the camera, Mom! That gotta be fake, man. There's no way. At least you get the camera, bro.
Fast forward a couple of months and the sightings stopped. Or at least, this is what people thought.
No, güey, ni de pedo. Está gigantesca esa madre, güey.
This is until a couple of weeks.
Está gigantesca esa madre, güey.
Yeah, look at that twat, like cheeky bastard right there.
This is until a couple of weeks ago, when things started ramping up once again.
Holy shit. What the hell is that?
No sé si se puede ver arriba del aeropuerto de la FAP. Acabo de salir y veo esas luces.
And 6 days ago, a Reddit user known as Slowstroke was minding his own business somewhere in Kentucky when all of a sudden he noticed a black
Pause, brother. Pause. Stroking, minding his own business. Pause, bro.
cock flying by. This is somewhere in Kentucky when all of a sudden he noticed a black hawk flying by.
Black Hawk, brother. It sounds something else, man.
As he himself states, we saw the Black Hawk and I started recording it. Then, lo and behold, here comes a Tic Tac barreling across the sky right below it. This is what he captured on camera.
So we got a bird flying, we got that bird, and we got that twat flying by too.
Did you see that?
Yes!
At first it appeared as if there's not much going on in this video. But if we slow-mo and rewind it a couple of times, you'll see very clearly what appears to be a UFO flying below the Black Hawk. At first, most users on Reddit thought it could be cargo suspended by a rope from the Black Hawk. But after watching it closely,
but nah, that's just like way too farther away, bro. There's no way, like either it's a plane at a distance which looks something different, or a drone. Can be a drone, right? Let's be real. But
clearly isn't.
yeah. Oh. Yeah, don't think it's a plane, but...
One user states, no helicopters suspending their cargo of any type 500 feet below them.
Exactly.
Not only that, if we watch it again, you'll clearly see the object coming from behind the Black Hawk and then swooshing.
I mean, could you imagine like there was a rope attached to it? So it's coming from here and it swings like that. And depending on the weight, if it does like this movement here, 500 feet below, bro, they're gonna lose control of that chopper.
By very fast. This is no cargo, this is something else entirely. And after zooming in, we can see the object leaving a heat signature behind. Whatever this thing is, it's possibly one of the best sightings ever, and evidence of the existence of unidentified craft with no known propulsion system. The big question here would be, what was it doing flying very close to a Black Hawk helicopter? But when it comes to recent sightings of strange things in the sky, it doesn't stop there.
It never does.
On March 17th, Guada Di Lorenzo was traveling with a friend of hers somewhere in Mendoza, Argentina. It was a very cold night with clear skies. This is when all of a sudden they see something that doesn't make any sense at all. They
winter is coming, gang.
Immediately get their cameras and begin to record, and this is what they saw.
We need the camera, mama.
Dale, por Dios, te pido Dios que nos ayudes. Dios, nos ayudes.
Yo, call the policia, man.
Dios, te pido por favor llegar a casa. Te pido.
Por favor, mama, call the policia.
Por favor. Dios, te pido, reza, Malena. Dios, te pido.
Fix the damn roads, man. That's crazy.
While driving their car in the middle of nowhere in Termas del Sonseado in Argentina, they spot what appears to be 3 moons in the sky.
3 moons? Nah, bro. Say psych.
If we slow-mo and rewind the video, we can clearly see that whatever this thing is, it's not a reflection on their windshield.
It gotta be an object that is with the lights on, right? There is no way, man. Come on, man. 3 moons.
At the time, this left them completely creeped out and very much baffled.
Yeah,
but it wasn't just
baffling
them. After posting the video to social media, it amassed 8 million views, and most people don't know how to explain this.
No one gonna talk about how there's 2 moons. I'm confused. Can someone explain to me why is there 2 moons, bruh? Gotta be objects,
After
not
researching the
necessarily
topic,
moons.
the only explanation that I could find was that maybe this is some sort of Fata Morgana. Now, a Fata Morgana is a complex type of mirage, and it's usually caused by atmospheric temperature inversions, where layers of warm and cool air can actually bend light, making distant objects appear distorted, floating, or stacked.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean, if he didn't give us that ship example, yeah, I guess most people would be dismissing this, right? You think we loco? You think we stupid? Nah, man. Oh, hell no. We ain't buying shit. Let me actually show you this right now, okay? This is insane. And before I forget, I gotta shout out the homie Jima for the 5, and shout out to the homie Dan for the $10 super thanks. Thank you guys so much for all the love and supporting the channel the way you do. And also the homie Dan became a member recently, the homie Lucky, the homie Cody, and shout out to all of you guys for being members on the channel as well. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel the way you do. Alright, let's get back to the content here, boo boo, because this is the one. Roll it.
What if an interstellar object whirling through our solar system is actually a nuclear-powered spacecraft sent by aliens to test how humans respond?
Something unprecedented just entered our solar system, and it's got scientists scrambling for answers. 3I Atlas, discovered on July 1st, 2025, is barreling through space at over 200,000 kilometers per hour on a trajectory that defies easy explanation.
And here in Montréal, Québec, okay, English, no French, I get it. You guys don't understand. But here, bro, like, you go above 120 kilometers per hour, you get a speeding ticket. Okay, I get it. Safety and regulation. Okay, safety and regulations. Okay, I get it. But 200,000? They need to catch a speeding ticket, man.
I'm
On the 1st of July, NASA detected a mysterious object speeding toward Earth, and some actual bona fide experts think it might not be your typical space rock, or maybe any kind of rock, or a natural phenomenon at all.
This interstellar visitor is displaying behavior that's both familiar and deeply puzzling. While it shows signs of cometary activity with water ice signatures, its path through our solar system is so precisely aligned with planetary orbits that some researchers are questioning.
At this point, let them come, bro. Aliens DLC before GTA 6, let it happen. I'm sick and tired of hearing about them coming and then not coming. Pause. But yeah, right? Let them come. If they're gonna come at a speed of 200,000 kilometers per hour without catching a speeding ticket, yeah, let them come. Yeah, check out our gas prices and they're gonna move that F on. Yeah, let them come and see our gas prices and the amount of taxes we pay out here, bro.
Whether this could be natural at all.
Supposed comet is catching the attention of some of the nation's most renowned scientists, as one Harvard professor is raising the theory this may actually be a piece of alien technology.
Harvard's astrophysicist Avi Loeb, who previously suggested Oumuamua might be alien technology, has co-authored a provocative new paper asking whether 3I Atlas could be a disguised probe from another civilization.
Oumuamua, I don't know how to pronounce it. People pronounce it differently all the time, but that thing came and went. Nothing really happened. Is it gonna be the same thing? Watch it be the same thing, but if it actually come and land, bro, yeah, man, we're gonna have one of the craziest alien DLC ever, man. At this point, let it happen, man. They be talking about nuclear warfare. They've been talking about, like, terrorists. They be talking about the Epstein files. They be talking about, like, blue beam, blue balls. You know, I gotta go project blue balls on your ass. Some pause, indeed. But, yeah, right, let them aliens come at this point, bro. Taxes are high. Gas prices shooting up. Housing market's bad, right? Like, mortgages are shooting up. Yeah, man, like milk prices going up, everything going up, inflation on the rise. Let them come in. Let them come in.
With 0 meaning it's a natural object, like a comet, for sure. And 10 meaning it's definitely a technological object.
But here's the real kicker.
I gotta show you all
New
that.
analysis suggests this object might be generating its own light, which would completely upend everything we think we know about its true size and nature. Subscribe to Space Aquarius and let's begin.
No, I don't think I will. That's psych. Shout out to the homie Space Aquarius. Definitely subscribe and like, guys.
Let's start with the basics of what we're dealing with here, because 3I Atlas represents something truly extraordinary in our cosmic neighborhood. The discovery happened thanks to the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System. That's what ATLAS stands for, operating out of Chile.
A new telescope built to track fast-moving space objects in Chile has caught a comet from beyond the solar system moving across the sky.
When astronomers first spotted this object, they immediately knew something was different.
Yeah,
its orbital eccentricity is well above 1, which means it's not gravitationally bound to our sun. This thing is just passing through, and it's doing so on one of the most extreme interstellar trajectories we've ever recorded. Now, here's where things get really interesting, and it involves a fundamental question about what we're actually looking at.
Yeah.
The Hubble...
I get it, like, when you look into space, like, the way, I guess they were, yeah, all these stars, perhaps galaxies, planets, sun, moon, whatever, right? Like, planets, okay? Stars. And that thing is moving that quick, and they're saying estimatedly 200,000 kilometers per hour. It's definitely gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
The Hubble Space Telescope has been tracking this visitor, capturing detailed images that reveal a distinctive glow pattern. What scientists discovered is that this glow has an unusually steep brightness profile, much steeper than what we typically see in solar system comets. This brightness pattern is raising some profound questions. You see, when we estimate the size of objects in space, we usually assume they're simply reflecting sunlight. Using this standard model, 3I Atlas would need to be roughly 20 kilometers in diameter to produce the brightness we're observing.
Ooh.
That would make it absolutely massive.
Holy shit, 20 kilometers? That's insane, man. Imagine it actually comes and, like, we see it in the skies. Yeah, let's just say New York, for example, right on top of Manhattan. Damn, that would be crazy. And that's the thing, right? The day people gonna believe... I mean, a lot of people do believe in aliens and all that, but I mean, let's be real about it, right? I guess people not gonna do anything till we actually see a giant UFO on top of New York City or anywhere but in daytime, broad daylight, with tons of people there, thousands of people witnessing it, recording it, uploading on the internet, news channels going crazy, everybody talking about it. Yeah, that's the day things probably gonna change drastically. But at the end, people gonna be like, okay, so does that mean I gotta go to work tomorrow? If the answer is yes, I don't care. Do I still have to pay taxes? Okay. If yes, I don't care. You know, milk prices up, gas prices up. Who cares at the end of the day, right? So it's gonna be like, yeah, how cute. We heard about you suckers for decades, if not a century. We have been brainwashed by movies and the media and all that. We don't care. Okay, go back to your own planet, you little twats.
Essentially 40 times larger than our previous interstellar visitors like Oumuamua and 2I/Borisov. But here's where Avi Loeb and his colleague Eric Keto have made a startling observation.
Oh.
The brightness profile they're seeing is consistent with something completely different. An object that's producing its own illumination rather than just reflecting light from the sun. Think about the implications of this for a moment. If 3I Atlas is actually self-luminous, then it could be dramatically smaller than we initially calculated. We're talking about the difference between a 20-kilometer behemoth and something potentially just hundreds of meters across.
Man.
That's not just a minor adjustment, it's a complete paradigm shift in how we understand this object. And here's why this matters so much. The statistical probability of finding a genuine 20-kilometer interstellar asteroid is virtually zero. Loeb's calculations show that the limited reservoir of rocky material drifting between the stars could only deliver such a massive object to our solar system perhaps once every 10,000 years or longer.
Ooh.
The universe simply doesn't have enough large rocks floating around in interstellar space to make frequent visits plausible, but a smaller self-illuminating object? That changes everything about the probability calculations and opens up possibilities that are frankly mind-bending.
Right.
So what could cause an object to generate its own light?
Yeah, perhaps it's like a smallest UFO object, whatever, right? And they got headlights on. Perhaps it's just the headlights being that bright. You guys gotta cut down on the headlight, man. You're burning a whole lot of electricity. You better catch a big-ass bill.
There are several possibilities, and not all of them are natural. Radioactive decay from heavy elements could produce a glow, though finding enough radioactive material in interstellar space would be extremely unlikely. Thermal emission from internal heat sources is another option, but that would require the object to maintain temperatures well above what we'd expect from solar heating alone. Or, and this is where things get really intriguing, we could be looking at artificial illumination from some kind of technology.
Yeah.
The spectroscope...
by the way, that was a real, or considered to be a real UFO sighting. I remember seeing this one, actually. Now, real as in... They say it's real, okay? We don't know. Perhaps it was also fake. You never know.
Kind of technology. The spectroscopic observations from Gemini South and the NASA Infrared Telescope facility have revealed strong water ice signatures mixed with carbonaceous minerals and silicates. The water ice shows characteristics suggesting it could be chemically pristine, lacking the heavy isotopic signatures we typically see in solar system comets. This water could have formed billions of years ago in a completely different stellar environment, giving us a direct window into how planetary systems form elsewhere in the galaxy.
Yeah, if they are actually coming for real, they better bring their own water, because water bottles here, bro, they cost a fortune. You know, yeah, bring your own water here. Don't, or don't.
But even this cometary evidence doesn't settle the debate. In fact, it might support the artificial hypothesis in an unexpected way. If 3I Atlas is indeed some kind of probe or spacecraft, the dust and ice we're observing could simply be accumulated material from its long journey through interstellar space. Cosmic debris that's built up on its surface over millions or billions of years of travel.
Dang, yeah, perhaps.
Now let's talk about that trajectory, because this is where the evidence for something unusual really starts to pile up.
There we go.
In their paper, Is the interstellar object 3I Atlas alien technology? Loeb and his collaborators present statistical analysis that's genuinely unsettling. 3I Atlas is traveling on a retrograde orbit that's tilted only about 5 degrees from the ecliptic plane, where Earth and most planets orbit. The probability of this happening by random chance? They calculated at roughly 0.2%. But it gets more intriguing when you look at the planetary encounters. This object is going to make remarkably close approaches to multiple planets.
Yeah.
It'll pass within about 29 million kilometers of Mars on October 3rd, reach perihelion at 1.35 astronomical units on October.
So we're almost in September. So Aliens DLC coming in October, but this in November. Some also said 2027. Right? I kinda am confused right now. Okay, so let's see if we're gonna have the Aliens DLC in October or November or not.
29th. And later swing within 30.
Okay, let's see. October 3rd and October 29th, he said.
It'll pass within about 29 million kilometers of Mars on October 3rd, reach perihelion at 1.35 astronomical units on October 29th, and later swing within 33 million kilometers of Jupiter.
Ooh.
The combined probability of a random interstellar object making such close approaches to 3 major planets? Approximately 0.005%.
Damn.
That's 1 in 20,000 odds. Here's another detail that's raising eyebrows. I-Atlas reaches its closest approach to the Sun when Earth is on the opposite side of our star.
Man!
We literally won't be able to observe it during this critical phase. If you were designing a spacecraft to conduct operations while avoiding scrutiny...
So you're telling me like all the dark ops, the deep ops, all the projects that actually took billions and billions of dollars, that wasted so much taxpayer money, they couldn't... They have a lot of like bullshit to produce, but they couldn't like make something like a technology to look at Sun and record this little like twat of a ship, or 20 kilometers wide of a ship. What? You guys couldn't do that? Why y'all suckers wasted like billions and billions of dollars then? For what?
From Earth-based telescopes, this timing would be absolutely perfect.
If we cannot even see,
Loeb
like,
calls this a potential.
If we cannot even see this thing around, or yeah, when it's closest to the Sun, then what are we talking about, man? We so behind, bro. We so behind.
Reverse solar Oberth maneuver, a high-thrust braking strategy that could allow an interstellar craft to slow down and potentially remain in our solar system. The fact
now don't say that. Okay, you know what? We cannot see at daytime, but we're gonna go to the Sun at night. Bruh. Don't say that. It don't work, man. Those maths don't work, guys. Come on, man.
That this maneuver would be completely hidden from Earth's view by solar glare is either an incredible coincidence or evidence of deliberate planning.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
But let's be clear about the scientific consensus. The majority of astronomers studying 3I Atlas believe it's a natural interstellar comet, and they have good reasons for this position.
Right.
David Jewett from UCLA, who's been analyzing the Hubble data, points out that 3I Atlas is displaying classic signatures of cometary behavior. The dust production rate they've measured, between 6 and 60 kilograms per second, falls within expected ranges for comet activity. The ejection velocities of 20 to 2,000 meters per second also match what we see in normal comets. Moreover, the fact that we haven't yet detected volatile gases like cyanogen or diatomic carbon isn't unusual. 3I Atlas is still about 4 astronomical units from the Sun, roughly Jupiter's distance.
I guess we'll find out when it is time. Check this one out. Okay, no, before that, let me know. Okay, so in this one, it's claimed to have a humanoid video. Okay, so I'll save that for a little bit. Check this then.
One of my biggest fascinations, because if these things are sighted all around our nuclear sites on land, what the hell are they doing with the submarines underwater that are loaded to the gills with nukes and are all throughout the oceans?
Yeah.
So like, if I'm one of these guys who spends months on a nuclear submarine in the ocean, I'm sure these guys have to have some incredible stories. Some of them do, but I've never heard one. I've never heard one story.
There's a reason for that. So first off, it's interesting. Let's just look at the data. A lot of these events have happened around nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, right? Theodore Roosevelt, Nimitz.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of activity there.
Yeah, them disabling, them UFO twats disabling like 10 of the missile silos, nuclear silos. Yeah, you ever heard that story? And they done that all at once, which the military after said they witnessed lights in the skies, then like the nuke silos were disabled, and all 10 of them at the same time. They said that it's near impossible. Yes, one could be faulty, 2 of them can be faulty, but getting all 10 of them to not work at the same time after they clearly saw lights and objects in the sky, that was a little too crazy.
And I have had one report from an officer who was on a boomer, some ballistic missile submarine in the North Atlantic, who observed a contact. I've shared this before, but really quickly, it had the characteristics of basically a Russian torpedo in terms of closing fast and at a high rate of speed and coming at the submarine.
Right.
And so in an area they wouldn't have expected it. So they did all the procedures to avoid it. They turned around, they dove deep to nearly crush depth, and when the object got close to them, it stopped, and it kind of went around to their stern and followed them for a while, and then rapidly exited the area. And he's not sure what to make of that, but there shouldn't have been anything there because it was in the North Atlantic during a 40-foot seas.
Right.
And so that's when there's high ambient noise, and nothing could detect them. Those subs are quiet, and when there's really high ambient noise, they're undetectable. So that couldn't have been a Russian torpedo or high-speed submersible that hadn't even been built yet. So there's nothing he could explain it. So, but I've not heard a lot of other reports from submariners because that is such a classified area, because it's nuclear security and it's undersea security. And those are the most highly classified programs in the government. And so I've not been able to crack into them. I was tangentially read into some of that, but and so I know about that, but nothing regarding UAP. But if anything about UAP in the water that data resides anywhere, it's in those programs, and they are locked tight.
Yeah, there's this guy who Jesse also interviewed, Harold Mount.
I wonder if one day we'll ever get like all of them releasing to the public, like those JFK MLK files. I'm not sure about the MLK files, but JFK files were released, right? Was it just a nothing burger? Yeah, people did talk about it day 1, day 2, but then it's like nothing happened. So perhaps there really was a nothing burger, or perhaps it was just too many documents. They said somewhere around 50,000 to 80,000 pages. Yeah, I mean, ain't nobody got time for that to read all that. Perhaps it was just too much information and too many pages and too little information, so people didn't give a damn. Perhaps that's what it was. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe by the time they release it, it won't even matter that much.
Malmgren.
Yeah.
Who said to him, the Office of Naval, who Jesse also interviewed, Harold Malmgren.
Yeah.
Who said to him, the Office of Naval Intelligence has more data on this stuff than anybody.
Well, right, and he referred to I believe the National...
More than the Air Force.
Yeah, National Underwater Reconnaissance Office.
Yes.
So that's it. I know about them, but again, I've not been able to see that information. He's very credible, and his daughter also served, I think, in the Bush administration and the Reagan administration. Right. And her name is Pippa, and she's terrific too. He was right on. In fact, that's interesting. I've been working on this whole topic of the nuke detonations that brought down some UFOs, and that's what Harold had also talked about.
Right. Yes.
And there's a lot of data there too.
So like I mean, also a weird thing about being one of those guys on the submarines is like you can't really see it.
No,
you're relying on radar, or how does that work? Well, what other kinds of tools do they have?
Sonar.
So how accurate can you get with something? Like, how much can you find out about an object that's around a submarine, but with just the tools that they have available to them?
It's difficult, and you don't want to...
Yeah, I mean, they couldn't see, right? So they had to rely on the data, the radar, and the sonar, right? Perhaps it was Dory from Nemo Part 2 going that quick. You never know.
So active is how you can really characterize how large it is, and potentially even its shape, but that's going to reveal your locations. That's something submarines generally don't do.
Going active.
Using active sonar, meaning pinging, sending out a transducer.
So they're making their location available to other subs.
Right. Now you can use that. I did my PhD work on this. You can use an active sonar signal, bounce it off an object, and it comes back, and you can use that just like radar. It's the same principle, but with sound instead of EM energy, to characterize an object, its shape, if it's moving, if it's in its structure, and we have high frequency sonars that do this really well. In fact, we use them to map the seafloor and characterize shipwrecks. NOAA does great work, but again, submarines generally don't want to do that because that reveals their location. So they normally are staying passive, and it's very difficult to characterize an object passive because of you're only.
I guess we need Tom Cruise right now to do that, to do one more Mission Impossible, right?
Measure, or you're only hearing the sound they emit, which is either from engineering or flow noise around the hull of the vessel or vehicle.
That incident you were just explaining to me, where they thought it was a Russian torpedo, did they go active there?
No.
Whoa.
So they were just listening, and they dived in.
They dove super deep though.
Yeah.
And they thought they were getting
dangerously
chased.
so. They were convinced they were going to get hit. They were doing all the things to prepare for getting hit and doing the damage control necessary. Yeah, because they'd never seen anything like this, and they had trained for Russian torpedo attacks. This was everything like it. So he called me up after I went public on this information, because he said, I just got to tell you about this experience.
Wow.
So we stay in touch. There was another one I think I shared about it also, where someone has called me up and said, hey, I was one of these acoustic intelligence specialists, and we were on one of these ships that does this. They look for enemy submarines by doing two things. They send out it's a high energy active pulse, and then they listen in low frequency. It's low frequency active, they call it. So a high energy, low frequency pulse, long range, and it'll always get a bounce off a submarine, and that's how you find them. And then what you do is you listen passively to characterize the type of contact. So every type of adversary platform, whether it be a Russian submarine or a Chinese submarine, we know their signature. We know how, and it's by the hull, the actual hull number.
I thought he was gonna say by the balls number. I don't know why, man. Okay, pause.
We know they sound like the screws, the engineering equipment, the flow noise.
Wow,
it's pretty good. It's kind of like your fingerprints acoustically. That's some of the most classified information out there. Because we
well, not anymore, right? You're just telling us, which we definitely appreciate if this is legit. Hopefully this is legit stuff, but how do we know if it's legit, right? It's hearsay, like he said, she said kind of situation. I mean, I guess we all know there are definitely classified information. There are a whole lot of classified documents that we may never find out, or that will get declassified eventually, and that eventually could be a year from now, months from now, decades from now, centuries from now, or may come out when it won't even matter. You feel what I'm saying? Check this one out. I gotta show you this. Shout out to the homie, the Y-Files. Roll it.
The hair on the back of the cook's neck stood up. It felt like he was being watched. He turned around. Nothing. It was Nellis Air Force Base in the middle of the night. The mess hall was empty. All the men were asleep in the barracks. The only people awake were him and a couple of guards at the front gate. The only reason he was up was to grab a little extra chow. One of the perks of being a cook, you get the keys to the kitchen. Yeah. Then he heard rustling. He turned and something flashed in the corner of his eye. Something small and white, and it moved fast. A door quietly squealed open. Then he heard steps running into the desert. He caught glimpses of something white darting through the brush. He thought it was too...
Gotta be that Nordic alien, right? I believe that's the Nordic alien. This is something that I believe one of those guys I actually talked about on Joe Rogan podcast.
Big to be a rat, but maybe a coyote? He wasn't sure. Whatever it was, he didn't want it rooting around his kitchen. He picked up a rock and threw it toward the noise. Then he heard a whimper. As he reached his arm back for another throw, he felt a hot pain shoot through his body. He dropped the rock. He was paralyzed by pain and by fear. Then he heard a woman's voice from inside his own mind. She said, "Stop or die." The pain dissipated. As soon as he could move, he bolted back in.
Oh crap. So it was an alien baddie, right? Damn, she got emotional real quick, but thankfully she didn't get too emotional though, right? But I mean, getting hit with a rock and that's a stop! Oi! Stop! Or die. I mean, that's crazy. So I guess he had no other choice but to stop. But an alien baddie encounter, man, come on, man, bring them alien baddies, man. I heard they good.
Inside the kitchen, he locked the
or maybe not after hearing this story.
Door behind him, terrified. He had no idea where the voice came from, but he knew one thing for sure: it wasn't human.
Yeah. Oh no.
Did you meet the extraterrestrials or merely see them?
Oh, I met them many times, as I described in my books.
In the book.
I never went looking for them. They were always happy to come looking for me.
Now, when somebody describes or say that they have seen an alien twat or UFO, but then they go on and was abducted or whatever the case might be, not saying it's legit, not saying it's faked or they're faking it, but when somebody comes out and say that, yeah, cool. But then when somebody like make or write a book about it and sells that, what are your thoughts on that? One, if you believe them completely. Two, if you don't believe them. Once, you know, because they're pushing out their book for you to buy, for people to buy. You think that's a deal breaker? You think that just crumbles their story? Do you think that that makes them untrustworthy? What are your thoughts on that? Now, I get it, like, you want to share the information through a medium. That's fine, and there are good ways to do it, and there are also surely bad ways to do it. Is this, would you consider that like a bad way to share the information, as in, yeah, like, I cannot trust you if you're gonna like say, yeah, you met an alien, not show us any evidence, and just say, buy my book, right? You think it's like more like a gotcha moment, or what? What are your thoughts on that?
It was March 1965 when Charles Hall arrived at Nellis Air Force Base in the Nevada desert. He was fresh out of basic and excited to see his new post. When the Air Force tested Charles, he showed an aptitude for math and science. After graduating top of his class, he thought he could choose his own post, but he was specifically sent to Nellis. Area 51! Well, Area 51 is officially a detachment of Edwards Air Force Base, but yes, it's in the same area.
This is where Uncle Bob used to work at, or specifically at S4, but this is where he worked at when they were taking Janet's flight from Las Vegas. Oh my God!
Yeah. Charles was trained as a weather observer. His job was to travel around the base taking readings. Most men would be bored to tears with this assignment, but Charles didn't mind. He'd get his own truck, extra pay, no officers breathing down his neck, and he liked the quiet of the desert.
Yeah.
If he needed to blow off some steam, Las Vegas was close by. Plus, Charles had a friend on base. His buddy Dwight recommended him for the job. Charles was grateful for the opportunity. That night after he settled in, Charles and Dwight got to talking. They chatted about the base, how bad the food was, which officers were good guys, which ones to avoid, typical soldier talk. Then suddenly, Dwight got very serious.
Oh.
Look,
and
Charlie,
this is...
summer's coming. You have to keep your eye out for Range 4.
Winter is coming, May. Winter is coming.
Or Harry.
Range
Old
4
Harry likes it hot. He hides in the mountains during the winter. But once it warms up, he comes down to Indian Springs. He likes to run around on the dry lake bed up on Range 4. When you're up there, be careful.
Range 4 Harry? Charles had no idea what Dwight was talking about. He asked if this was some hermit who hid in the mountains.
Yeah, I knew it would be crazy enough to run around a nuclear bombing range.
Well, that's what Charles thought. Dwight frowned and shook his head. Then he told Charlie the story of Range 4 Harry.
Uh-oh. Okay, so whatever that thing was running around, is that thing still running around there?
Back in '54, there was an atomic bomb test over at Frenchman Flats. Harry is a horse who came too close to the blast. Not close enough to be vaporized, but close enough that something happened to him. Now, he gives off a white glow. If you see him, do not approach Range 4 Harry, and don't look at his face. He's not like a normal horse. Officers say he's more human-like, with large blue eyes and a long white tail.
Charles stared at Dwight for a long moment, then exploded into laughter. He expected some kind of hazing at his new post, and he figured Range 4 Harry was supposed to spook the new guy, but he wasn't falling for it.
I'm serious, Charlie. While you're at Range 4, don't take any risks. The last guy who got too close to Harry was John Zimmerman. I don't want you to end up like him.
Oh, thank God it wasn't John Cena.
Charles laughed and promised to be careful. Still, he wasn't buying any of this nonsense. The next day, Charles was in the infirmary's waiting room. He needed a routine physical before going out into the field. The nurse on duty caught him chuckling to himself. She asked what was so funny. Charles recounted Dwayne's Range 4 Harry story and the fate of John Zimmerman. The nurse's face dropped. She said, "I'll be right back." Charles heard her opening and closing a metal cabinet. When she returned, she said, "I'm not supposed to show you this, but since you're going to Range 4, you need to know what's out there." It was Zimmerman's medical folder. Inside were 4 pictures. Each of them showed a man covered in horrible radiation burns. Zimmerman said a white horse came out of the North Range and charged him, but that was all he could remember.
White horse. Whoa. So not necessarily a humanoid-looking creature, but a horse?
He somehow dragged himself back to Indian Springs, where an officer found him barely alive and in absolute agony. Charles's stomach sank. It wasn't a joke. Range 4 Harry was real.
Oh shit. Oh shit indeed. But a horse, not necessarily a humanoid creature.
Charles finally met Sullivan, the man he'd be replacing. Sully was friendly, funny, and likable. The 2 men hit it off right away. Sully took Charles on a tour of a few weather shacks out in the ranges. One of the shacks was locked, so they couldn't access the equipment to take their readings. Sully told Charles to just write down any numbers.
Yeah, government precision.
Well, Charles reminded Sully that they only checked out 3 weather shacks. There were still 4 more, range 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sully's demeanor changed immediately. He said he'd take Charles to the other weather stations, all except range 4.
Ooh, that's
when they got to range 1, Sully...
That's the one that matters the most, okay? So they're gonna keep it, they're gonna go there at the end, or, I mean, I guess he was not supposed to go, or they told him not to go, but he went there anyways. I guess that's probably what happened. Let's find out.
Wouldn't leave the truck. He was terrified. He told Charles if he wanted to check out the weather shack, he'd have to go on his own. Sully said he'd keep a lookout, and if he saw anything, he'd go back to base for help. He told Charles, if you hear me leave, lock yourself in the shack and wait. I'll come back for you.
Yeah, I don't like this plan.
Famous last words, huh?
Well, Charles asked if Sully was talking about range 4 Harry, and Sullivan snapped at him and said there's no such thing. But Sully would not get out of the Jeep. He wouldn't even take his hands off the wheel. He was squeezing the steering wheel so tightly that his knuckles were white. This was not the same man Charles met just a few hours earlier. When Charles got to the weather shack, he checked the equipment and logbook. Nobody had been there for months. Sully had been secretly going off base and faking the numbers. He never stepped foot in those weather shacks.
Nobody noticed the guy kept disappearing? Ah, right. Government precision.
When Charles returned to the Jeep, he confirmed that Sully had been lying about the numbers. Sullivan didn't care. He said,
"The numbers, Mason. What do they mean? The numbers, the numbers."
He'd give Charles a tour and never wanted to go to the ranges again. Pretty soon, Charles would understand why. Over the next few months, Charles spent more time on the ranges at Indian Springs than anyone else. Against advice, he was usually out there alone, but he enjoyed it. It was peaceful, and he never saw range 4 Harry. One day, Charles was out on the range, and it was especially hot. In the desert, the ground could reach 120 or 130 degrees, and today it felt even hotter than that. Charles spent most of the day in the weather shack. He didn't have air conditioning, but he had an old fan, and that was good enough. Besides, the sun was setting, and soon it would go from blistering hot to freezing.
Yeah, the sun's going down, man. Mama always said to not be lurking around town when the sun is down. Yeah, especially like in that open area like that, man. Damn, man. Yeah, man. What a guy. What a guy.
Freezing cold. That was life in the desert. Feet up on the desk, Charles daydreamed as he gazed into the desert, watching the sky go from deep blue to orange to red.
All
there was
right,
no sound except the songs of meadowlarks. Charles wondered to himself if meadowlarks were common in the desert. He didn't think so, but whatever birds they were, he enjoyed the sound. Then he saw something dart between the sagebrush. Charles blinked. There it was again. He assumed it was a large rabbit or a coyote, but it was covered in brilliant white fur. The more he focused, the more he realized it was moving erratically through the maze of sagebrush like it was in distress.
In disguise, or?
Charles jumped out of his chair and threw open the door of the shack. Then he saw it. It wasn't a rabbit or a coyote. It was a child.
What? So,
describe them. I know we have an animated picture of what they look like on the website. Kind of describe the tall whites for us.
Well, the one that Paula has on her website is a very good rendition of a particular tall white lady. Each one of them are individuals, like the people say in New York City, but they were generally, throughout much of their adult life, they were about the same height as me, 5'11", 6 feet. They were very thin and frail. They had skin as white as a piece of paper. What I do know about them is that they come from a planet that's somewhat hotter than the Earth and somewhat larger than the Earth, and they naturally live underground.
Oh, dang. Dang. Tall whites. Now, we made the video on Greata Treaty as well, right? And there was a discussion of the Nordics, the tall whites, and also the grays. The grays, which are apparently 4 to 5 feet. Now we're hearing that even the tall whites can be like 5'11" to 6 feet, but can reach up to 7 feet, 8 feet as well. And we have also heard about those 9 feet alien twats, those bastards and all that. We also heard about 1.5 foot aliens as well. Holy crap. Yeah, and during the Congress meeting just a couple of months ago, they said that the grays are here, the Nordics, the tall whites are here. They are apparently the good ones. That's what it's been claimed. Not my opinion, that's what they're saying. The grays, bad. You want to avoid them, okay? They are the ones that are doing alien, abductions. Alien abduction stories comes from those grays that have done the so-called Greata Treaty with the US government, and they are the ones that live underground, and that's why we heard those rumblings. The skyquake situation that apparently it's not the skyquakes, it is apparently them grays underground doing their funny business underground though. So that's apparently the conspiracy theory with Greata Treaty and them gray aliens. Then you obviously got the tall whites, that they're considered to be the good ones. Then you got the reptilian shapeshifters though. And this video is likely gonna get that flag from YouTube because I don't know, every time you talk about reptilians, YouTube does that for some odd reason. Alien abduction and reptilian is, I guess, sensitive on YouTube. I don't know, man. But yeah, so that's one thing. And the last one was the mantis, the insectoids, and they're considered to be the most intelligent from all 4 of them, and all 4 of them are advanced. The grays are not crazy advanced, but they are advanced. Or I believe the tall whites. Okay, now I'm mixing up the 2 right now. Don't quote me on that one. Either the tall whites or the grays are just a couple 100 years advanced. There's one of them that is like thousands of years advanced, and I believe it's either the grays or the tall whites. And then there's another conspiracy theory that the grays are literally us, but from the future. I don't know if I believe that, to be honest though, but that's like what the Congress said. The Congress said, the guy in the Congress during the Congress meeting said 4 different alien species that are apparently here, not visiting us, but they are here. Oh shit! They are here, like quite literally. That's what they said. Is it legit? Is it not? Yeah, I don't know about that one. Check this one. I'll roll it.
A family in Mexico spent a weekend at their cabin deep in the woods, expecting a quiet escape. That night, they sat outside, laughing and playing music. Then, someone noticed movement at the edge of the tree line. A pale creature peeking from behind a tree. The laughter stopped. They rushed inside, locking the doors, still wondering what they had just seen.
Oi! Oi! Knock it off, you little twat!
The explorer returns visited Southway's footpath, a spot linked to recent muggings. Despite safety warnings, he walked the trail at night. Soon, a hooded figure appeared, standing still in the dark.
Oh, damn. Bro, you gotta relax. Chill with that, man. Oh, shit. What happened? Well, hey. Please don't have any audio, because there's no audio right now. And if I hear the audio, I will call the mama. Mama, call the policia. Oh, shit.
Do you see what I mean? God damn it.
No, I don't know what you mean, bro.
There's just a guy hanging up down here with his hood up. Don't really want to instigate trouble, so I put my camera down. Didn't want to, you know.
Okay, bro. Don't be giving me those sounds.
So we've literally just come down here out of a random night. to see what's it all about. And already we've come across a person that's stood down here with their hood up. There's grass all on the floor down here.
Yeah, uh-oh.
We walked down to the park. I actually grew up down here.
Right.
How it's become this bad, I don't know. Yeah, so there's the old orange light. Massive dark spot. If you look up there, it's like daylight, look. We've always had one guy looking at, look, he's just over there, look.
What?
What's he doing? There's a guy just stood there with his hood up. At the bottom of the foot.
Yo, this little twat right there?
Puff. Look, you see him?
Oi, what you doing out here, mate?
Later, he saw the figure again, further down the path. Things started feeling very wrong, so he retreated. The next night, he returned.
He got scared, essentially, so, yeah. Did not retreat, he got scared. Which is fine. I mean, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. It happens. It happens to the best of us, man. No shame in that. No shame in that. It happens to the best of us.
He wanted to know if what he saw was real. And there it was again.
The second time?
They're the same fucking guys are down here.
Oh,
holy
okay.
shit.
Look like one of those like tall alien twat, right?
Oh my god, he's down there.
This is the head? Looking and peeking?
Fuck this shit.
Holy, yeah, it's moving. Something is there for sure. Oh, damn. Okay, now you clearly see. Okay, so it's a man. It's a man. It's Andre the Giant. It's Andre the Giant, man. No, that's a tall. Like, that guy's built. Pause. Now, it looks like a guy that's actually built, you know? Perhaps he was just having reflection. Perhaps he was thinking about life. Yeah, maybe it's not even that deep, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're just, yeah, just like you're walking and thinking about life. Perhaps that guy was also just, you know, taking a chill. Not that deep. Perhaps it's not that deep.
While walking with their partner, a Reddit user snapped a quick picture to show how far behind they were. It was just a casual shot, nothing unusual, until they looked at it later. In the image, a person appears ahead of them. The partner swears no one was there, and the user doesn't recall seeing anyone either.
This one or this one? I guess that's a normal person, but this one, yeah, nah, this one's crazy, yeah.
Lighting catches on its hair and arm, making it seem solid, real. Yet, at that moment, the path was empty. They still can't explain who or what ended up in that photo.
Yeah, I suppose this is the one he's referring
to.
A
hiker was walking along a trail when he thought he'd captured a lucky shot, a fox and a deer in the same frame. But then he noticed something that made it even rarer.
Okay, this guy. 3 of them. Okay, he's there.
Stay.
A strange figure far in the background.
Oh,
was
shit.
it just a normal person? According to him, the shape looked large and hairy, not quite human.
Not a Bigfoot though, it's just probably Big Chungus, probably a big man.
It was too far away to confirm, leaving the mystery wide open.
Yeah, we got another mystery on the right. Hey, whoa, bro, chill. Tranquilo, papi.
Adam, creator of the channel Ads Ventures, headed to a remote forest on the Welsh border with friends. The perfect place, they thought, to watch a horror movie outdoors.
Oh no.
The forest was rumored to be haunted. As they set up, a strange, unexplained noise echoed from the trees.
Oh, love it.
What was that?
What was that?
Do you know that I've recorded?
Did you hear that? Yeah, actually.
The dog's looking too, yeah.
Like a low. Was that Oslo? No, that was over there.
They pressed on, but the deeper into the movie they got, the more uneasy they felt.
I mean, bro, like at this point, but yeah, this is insane, right? So you go out, you hung out with a family or friends, right? Late at night, deep down in a forest, watching a Horror movie. Yeah, no, that's crazy, man. That gotta be, what an experience that would be. And then having all that, yeah, that would definitely scare you.
Hey, Mom. Dad.
Mom,
Oslo, where is it?
Mom.
What are you looking at?
Don't move.
He's just literally there staring into the blackness.
What is it?
Where's it, Oslo?
Oslo, it's okay.
Yeah, give me those. Some definitely wrong. Yeah, not alone anymore, huh? Oh, snap. Whoa.
Then, without warning, the camera shut off. They quickly packed up and left.
There
if you notice the last clip that my camera filmed, just before it cut out, you can see like a mad, it was like a cold rush of wind just flew straight at me. It was so weird, it felt so out of place, and you can see it on the screen. You can see all the dust and all this madness just flying towards the camera, and then it cuts out. So I have to come to the conclusion that yes, those woods were indeed extremely haunted.
Whatever was out there that night made one thing certain. They'd never watch a horror movie in that forest again.
There we go. But did you see this video though? Yeah, if you have not seen it, check this video out, because there was like a footage of that alien twat in it as well. Check it out and I'll see you right there, man. It's wild.